Hey guys, Mr. V over here doing a book review today for Battle Royale by Koushun Takami. Before I get into my book review, I want you to know that I try to do a spoiler-free book review, so let's get into the book review today for Battle Royale. The main premise for this book is a group of middle school kids are taken to an island, and it's a deserted island. They're told they're going to be given weapons, and that they basically have to fight to the death until there is only one survivor. That is the main premise for it. This is a pretty scary concept. When I started reading the book, it's a scary concept to think like that a class basically just fights to the death. And you don't get to choose if you enter it or not. Whereas other stories, you get to choose if you want to enter that game or whatever. This one, they are just surprised with it. They're just driven out there and then all of a sudden told, this is what you're going to do. And that's also scary when you're reading the book to think, what if you were in that spot? That you have to basically kill your friends or be killed. And can you trust anyone? I mean, you can't really trust anyone because there's only going to be one survivor. And that is the toughest part. So you think like, will you survive and all that? So that is just, it is a scary concept when you're reading the book. And it is very interesting when you're reading it too. Now, as I said, I try to do a spoiler-free book review, so I can't say too much about the book. But I will tell you, this was a fun book. This was definitely a very fun book. And because it starts very quickly. It is a very intense book. Because the bus ride to the location, that they're on an island, I think at the beginning, I don't remember fully, but I think in the beginning, they think they're going on like a field trip or something like that. And then they're at the location, they're told these instructions about you must kill each other, and then the game starts. They're released in like 5-minute intervals, and then the game starts. Like, you have to start killing each other. And it's just kind of crazy how they're told that. They didn't know it before. Then you have to just fight to the death. And you cannot escape this island. That there are like boats around it. They said like they're told like you cannot escape the island. And they're given a bag of different weapons, and that's all they're given. It's very interesting. It adds a little cool twist to it that they don't have the same weapon. It's not like they all have guns. Some have good guns, some have like automatic guns, others have a knife, or just have others have a GPS. They all have different weapons. So that adds a lot of fun to it as well. That it's not just the exact same thing. So that adds some cool twist to it. But another cool twist that is added to this book is that they are all wearing these like collars. And they are told that these collars will explode if you try to escape. And if you go to any what's called the forbidden zones. So there's these areas of the island they cannot go, the forbidden zone. And every, I think the period is 12 hours or 24 hours, they're told on the like major island intercom that there's new forbidden zones that you cannot go to. So the kids have to make sure they don't go to that, or else those collars will explode. And lastly, they are told that if no one is killed within a 24-hour time frame, all of it explodes. Like everyone gets killed then. So it makes it like they're going to force the action. And that adds this extra level of intensity, knowing that you have to force the action. Like, did other people get killed? What do I need to do? And it just throws in this like extra like fun twist to it and this extra intensity. And as I already told you, the beginning moves fast, but the whole book is fast paced. It's over 600 pages, like 650 pages, but it is a fast paced book. And because yes, they are trying to fight to the death, but there's a lot more to the story. I cannot say much without spoiling anything, but there is a lot more because it is not just this game. I'll give you like just a minor spoiler right now, is that like some people will partner up, but you wonder when they partner up, will they kill each other? You know, so that adds this like extra fun twist because what will happen? Again, there is only one winner. So what can they do even if they partner up? So you do think of that while they are partnering up and like, will they stab each other in the back or what will happen? Um, so as I said, that is a lot of fun. Another interesting thing for this book is you don't just follow one character. You follow many different characters. Each chapter switches back and forth, so you get many different perspectives. It's written in a first-person point of view, but one chapter will follow one character, and the next chapter will follow another character, and then just another chapter follows a different character, and then you come back to a different character, and he switches the the characters quite often. So you get to see a lot of different perspectives because the characters play the game differently. I mean, just like anyone would. Everyone has a different game plan, all that kind of stuff, and what they are doing. Are they going to partner up with someone? What is their weapon? And everyone just has a different game plan. So it's just interesting to see the ways that like all these different people are playing the game. And because of that, it does not get repetitive. Despite there being a lot of kids in this class, it does not get repetitive because of how different everybody plays the game and the different weapons they have and just all these things. But it doesn't get repetitive also because he throws in all these unexpected, like, fun plot twists. I cannot say it, but there are just many of them. And so many of those that you start, like, just makes you think so much more. I can't even say any of them. But it is just, there are so many fun plot twists in there. And that's what, like, just makes the book, you just want to continue to read it. But another thing that just makes you want to continue to read it is it's just crazy to think if you were in that spot that you have to, like, kill your friends, but who can you trust? And there is only one winner, so what can you do? Do you trust your friends? But then at one point you're gonna have to kill them. Or are you gonna, when you go to sleep, are they gonna try to kill you? And it's just, again, I said there are many different fun plot twists, and when you're reading the book, you do think of these things a lot. And that's what made this a very, very fun read. There were a couple things I didn't like about the book, though. One of the things I didn't like was there are a lot of characters. To start the book, there are 42 kids in the class. So it is very overwhelming in the first few chapters. I know there will only be one winner, but with 42 kids to start, they don't just all die in the beginning. Not even 20 of them die in the beginning. It takes a while for it to get wind down. And because of that, you can't remember much about the characters because there are so many. As don't forget, each chapter switches character's point of view. So because of that, it isn't easy to remember which character is doing what. And sometimes a character, like, won't come back for, like, 40 pages. You'll read it and then they'll switch to a different character for a few chapters, then come back to that first character. So that can make it a little difficult in the beginning, especially like the first, I don't know, like 200 pages. It can make it difficult. And while it does add a lot of extra storylines, so that is a good thing because it adds extra storylines. It can be tough to remember who is who, and, like, it's just, again, that was one of the things I did not like was I felt he did way too many characters for that. I think he could have done fewer characters. But again, it can still be good because it does add a lot of extra storylines. So that is fun. Another thing that, if you guys are considering this book, it's not like something I hated about the book, but it was something that I would suggest to you if you're going to read this book, is don't think of them as middle school. They claim in the book that they're in middle school, but they don't act like middle schoolers at all. Even one of them smokes cigarettes, so that's why they don't act like middle schoolers at all. I say that when I was reading the book, I thought of them more as like the 18 to 20 range, almost like a Squid Game type of thing, because they act like that. They act like they're like 18, 19-year-olds. So even though they keep referencing them as middle school, if you're going to read it, I would say think of them as like 18, 19, 20-year-olds. So I think that would help overall. But overall, I just thought this was a very fun book. It was very intense. It had so many fun plot points. And not only did it have fun plot points, they had great twists in those plot points. So that's why it was just a really, really fun read. And I would definitely recommend reading Battle Royale because it was just a fun, fun book. Now, let me give it my official rating. So I always rate my book on a scale of 0 to 10. A 0 is an awful book. A 5 is an average, and a 10 is phenomenal. If you get anywhere near 10, put it on your reading list because I'm a very tough critic. And a 5 is average. So for Battle Royale, I'm going to rate this book a solid 8. That's pretty high in my rating system because I just said that there was just a lot of fun elements of this book. It just kept it intense throughout the whole book, and I just was never bored with the book. So I think that really helped a lot. If you guys enjoyed the book review today, hit the subscribe button. I always upload multiple different book reviews. Always hit the comments because I always like to hear what are your opinions. I want to see what you thought of the book or any questions about the book. Again, just post it in the comment section. But thank you for watching my book review today. This is Mr. V. Go enjoy reading.